to school the normal time and played outside.
I didn't like that school.
Kimball? No.
I thought they were rude motherfuckers.
They're very hateful kids.
And teachers were, some of the teachers were nasty.
Very nasty teachers, some. Oh, yeah.
Principal, he's all right.
Hemingway, he was awesome.
He's all right principal.
He's awesome. He's like that principal you had with the wigs. She was awesome.
Oh, yeah, Mrs. McNeish.
Yeah.
She was
nice. How Beaver Meadow is hateful, right?
Yeah.
But Dr. Brooks, he was awesome.
Yeah.
See, my elementary school had awesome principals. Then we went to Runlet, Mrs. Bradley. She was awesome.
She was a good principal.
Then when she retired and became Mr. Rogers, an older guy like her, he was awesome. But when you get to Concord High School, well,
I think because the change.
Conley was awesome.
Well, see, before you came up there,
the assistant principals, hell no.
Other principal was all right. I never really knew him. I never knew him. I never really didn't.
Mr. Rogers?
No, the principal that we had for Concord High.
Conley?
No, before Conley.
I heard he was.
He was a nice guy.
Was I there when, or I came when Conley was there?
No, you came there when Conley.
I heard the old principal wasn't bad.
He was a nice guy.
He was a decent gentleman. Major Vic.
Yeah, he was a nice dude.
He's a major in the military, but he had school education, so he became a principal after he done military. He's a cool one, and he went up north after. He left Concord School because the kids were getting too nasty, and plus he went up north because he had but they needed a principal.
And they started trying to try out people. They were trying to try
Conley won
trials of people.
Conley won the trial.
Yeah, and then there was this guy with black hair coming in one day. This dude, fellow with black hair. He had pitch black hair. Remember that? But then didn't like him.
Was it Conley?
It was Conley.
Yeah.
Somehow I didn't like him.
He lasted.
He gave me this weird vibe. Like, I did not. What are you going to do? Are you going to abandon the school too after seeing 6 fights I've already seen through the fucking week? I've already seen like 7 to 10 fights.
He was already a principal from another school. I found out recently. You never guess who he was principal of.
What?
Jaffrey's high school. Lisa knew him before Lisa, but he was in Monadnock, Jaffrey and Ringe Middle School for high school for 10 years before he became the principal of Concord High. Garrett knew him.
Wow, he's a nice fellow. Just the problem was I didn't like him.
He left Jaffrey because Concord needed him. Because they couldn't keep principals because the school was getting too rough.
Yeah, we had an assembly of who the new principal was, Mr. Conley. Okay. All right, fine. Didn't really.
Because other principals couldn't take care of it. He said he said this is a really rough school. It's a big school, bigger than Houston. They're used to Jaffrey, but they thought he could take it because he had some other education. He took it, not a problem. The school was still rough when he was there, but he didn't put up with shit.
He stood there one day. I remember one day I'm going across and he was
what Mom says, he could be more talkative to the parents, but I think he was more out, not really talking to the parents, but more out there with
he was more hands-on with the students.
Like
he was more sociable.
Not the parents, but the students.
Like, that's what you wanted though. You wanted some teachers.
A mom here said that he can be cocky, or she didn't really care for him, but she said he did a good job being a principal, but not nice to talk to the parents. You know, that's what Mom didn't like. Like you take care of the kids, yeah, but you can at least have the nerve to talk to me and don't walk away from me or be a wimp. You know, he's a wimp to the parents, but he's more hands-on with the students.
I think he didn't want to deal with his parents because he thinks the parents.
Yeah, I think Mom understood that.
I think it was the parents,
but she wasn't like that though. But other parents come in harsh.
But the parents that he probably had in Jaffrey were totally different.
Snobby.
Right. And
always up his ass.
And his parents are just like, my kid never did anything wrong.
Like a Concord High, yeah.
I didn't even want to deal with that shit.
No.
Which I understand, but he wanted to address it to the students to say, hey, that's not okay. I want to be sociable with you.
But he's out there with us.
I don't want to be fucking behind the desk.
No.
I don't want that. Maybe I'll have
Mom said he's behind the desk when it comes to parents and walks away from you. But when they're not around, he's out there in the cafeteria. He's out there watching the hallways. Mm-hmm. He caught me a lot off guard when I was pushing the students. He said, Shane, that's enough. He sneaks up behind. Oh, okay.
Hey, come on now.
You know, I liked him.
You know, and that's what really scared the hell out of me is when they
He sneak up on you too.
come up to you and
You
like,
feel him watching you.
well, I don't mean to say scared. Well, I mean,
No.
I wasn't really scared. It's just like kind of shocked.